Hey there, guys. It's Miss Grace here for another awesome Wednesday morning. We will be talking about apples today. So, one of the first things I would like to do is sing a song about apples. And I am going to bring up a super cool song here. And let's see if I can find it. All right, we are gonna bring up the song Apples and Bananas. So sing it with me. To eat apples and bananas. Like to eat apples and bananas. I 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 like to eat apples and bananas. To I to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. To eat apples and bananas. Ooh, it's O now. I like to oat. Apples and bananas. 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 Now we're on U. Wow, all of our vowels. To oot. Apples and bananas. I like to oot. Apples and bananas. I like to oot. Apples and bananas. I like to oot. Apples and bananas.
Now we're going to change those U sounds and go back to the beginning.
To eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas.
Your turn.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. All right. Awesome. That was awesome, guys. I forgot how long that song was, but it's really good to learn your vowels with, especially those who are starting preschool this year. Hope you all are having a wonderful time with that. And if you haven't started preschool yet, I hope you're just having a great time at home. We're going to go ahead and read this book about apples today. And it's called Apple Farmer Annie. And Annie is this little girl right here. And she's got, what kind of hair does she have? She's got blonde hair. And she's holding all these apples. Let's see what this story is about. Annie is an apple farmer. She has a big orchard of apple trees. That's right, apples grow on trees. In the fall, she picks baskets and baskets of round, ripe apples. Oh, I love the fall time. It's almost time for apple picking, and that's going to be exciting. Yes. She grows many kinds of apples. She sorts and organizes them. How do you think she would organize those apples? Maybe by color, by taste, by size. There's all kinds of ways you can organize apples. Annie uses some of the apples to make sweet apple cider. Ooh, apple cider is my favorite in the fall time. Very delicious. She uses others to make delicious, smooth applesauce. Yummy, yummy. That's one of my favorites too. I love to get applesauce. She loves baking muffins, cakes, and pies with her apples. Oh, that all sounds delicious. She's a busy girl. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with apples. But she saves the most beautiful ones of all to sell fresh at the market. I don't know if you've ever been to our farmer's market here in town, in Mount Sterling. We have one, it's usually Thursday afternoons, I believe. I'm not sure on the time, but Thursday afternoons. And I think they might have some apples there sometimes. They have a lot of other fruit too, which is very neat. So if you've never been to a farmer's market, you should go check it out. There's lots of fresh fruits and veggies. She loads everything into her truck and drives to the city. Now see, she's driving to a big city with all the tall buildings and airplanes. We don't quite see big tall buildings here in this town. There's a few, but not quite as tall as these are. Annie the apple farmer sets up her stand in the farmer's market, and she's selling all of her goodies. Lots of customers come to Annie's stand. She is busy all day long. Yeah, the people that run the stands get very busy because they have lots of things to sell. And a lot of people like homemade goods and fresh apples. By the end of the day, she has sold everything. She packs up to go home. Her little dog is going with her. Annie is tired but happy. It feels so good to have her own apple farm. That's awesome. The end. And what's really cool is in the back, it gives you recipes for applesauce, apple muffins, apple cake, which would be really cool. I think that would be very neat to make and try that sometime. And here's all the little ones with their muffins and their pies and their apples. Very cool. What a nice book. I find this a cool book just because it has the recipes too that I mentioned in it. I might have to go home and try one of them. All right, now that we are done with our book, we get to make a simple little craft that I just came up from the top of my head. You just need a piece of paper, a paper plate for your paint, red and green paint, a paintbrush, and a little circle object that you can use. You can use a smaller one or you can use a bigger one. Doesn't really matter. So we are going to go ahead and put the red on there, and I'll show you what we'll do. It's a tired Tuesday or Wednesday for me. Okay. Now this is washable acrylic, I believe, but it's usually what we use for adult crafting class. So I think Dollar General has washable kids paint. But so what I did is I got a little bit of red on my plate, and I'm going to take my cup and I'm going to line the edges with the red paint. So it's like that. And then I'm going to press it down on my paper. Dip it again, and then I'll show you after I'm done putting all my apples on there. This is great sensory and fine motor. All right, so when I pressed them down, there's my apples, little circles on there. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to go ahead and fill in those circles. They don't have to be perfect by no means, just give them a little more color. Quickly do that. I haven't worked with paint for quite some time. I really haven't worked with much craft stuff since this whole COVID thing. It's really brought a damper down to stuff. So it's nice to be painting right now, actually. It's kind of cool. All right. Now I've filled in my circles, or my apples, I should say. And I'm going to take the green paint, squirt a little bit on my plate. And I'm going to take my paintbrush and paint myself some little stems on there. All right. And now they look a little bit like cherries, I will admit, but they also, cherries and apples can be very similar. So this is what we got. We got our little apples here. Kind of look like cherries, but it could be apples too. So that was our simple craft for today. And I think that's all I have for you. Thank you for joining me again for Story Hour. Like I said, this is how we've done from now on. I'll try to do my regular things that I do in person only on YouTube now. We found that Zoom was not working for us audience-wise, so we will not be hosting Zoom class Story Hour anymore, just because it became rather difficult, I think, and getting people involved was a little hard, but that's okay. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, well, thank you for joining me again, and I will hopefully see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all the views that we get, and it's been overwhelming experience going through learning how to cope with COVID, basically, in this programming area where we couldn't have our young children in or anything like that. But um, I do want to say it's been great learning how to work with technology and interacting with you through a screen, even though it's not the same. But I hope you enjoyed this week's story hour. I miss you all so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Those who are starting school, good luck. You guys look great on your first day and you rocked it. Those who haven't started school, you're doing great at home. I know you're probably doing some awesome projects, some different fun things, and reading great books. So awesome. And I will see you all later. Okay.